Okay, so this is the final video. You may have to do another part maybe when it comes to the assembly, but this should be the final video for Travel Mug 2, okay? Where we're making the slider that goes on top of the lid that holds the liquid in. Okay, it's a tricky enough part to make. There's a good bit to it, but we should get it done fairly okay. But there is a good bit to this part to get it made properly. Now, okay, so it's quite odd, really, the shape of this thing. It's a cylinder. Well, it's kind of like a cylinder, but then it's kind of partly shaped differently. So the way we're going to start it is we're going to open up a sketch on the front plane. So right-click front plane, click sketch, and then down here at the origin, we're going to go to line, and I'm going to change it from a normal line to midpoint line here on the bottom. I'm going to click the origin, and what you'll see happening is a line will go left and right. We're going to keep that line horizontal just like that. Push escape on your keyboard to stop drawing that line. We're then going to go slightly vertical at both ends of the line, just with a normal line, just a little bit up, just a small distance vertical. And we're going to do the same on the right hand side with the line. A little bit vertical as well. Distance is not important. And then we're going to go to 3-point arc. So click the drop down arrow beside arc. Make sure you pick 3-point arc. Click at this top line once. Click at that top line on the other side once. And then just adjust it then to any curvature for the moment and click again. Then go features, go to sketch, go to smart dimension. We're going to make sure that this line here is a total length of, let me see, 25 millimeters. So drop that measurement down, whatever you have, doesn't matter. And type in 25, push enter. The lines in the side are quite small, so just take a measurement out there. They're only 2 on the left and 2 on the right. So 2 flat as well. And then the radius of this arc here, that's a total of 18. So that's the main shape made now. I'm now going to go features, extrude boss base, and I'm going to extrude at a total of 55. So I'll go features, extrude boss base, and I'm going to bring that out a total of 55. So leave it as blind 55. Now, that's the main shape, more or less done. Now, the next thing I have to do is I have to round the ends of this slightly. So I'm just going to turn this up so I can see the bottom of it. I'm going to right click anywhere in that surface, going to click sketch, going to hit the space bar, and I'm going to click normal too. So we're looking at the underside of it, okay? Now, again, I'm going to go to sketch and I'm going to go to 3-point arc. I'm going to click down here slightly, a distance, just keep down a good distance for the moment. I'm going to go over here, do the same thing on the edge, making sure I pick up the edge anywhere you like. And then I'm going to bring this just up here, just above it, just level it above it for the moment. Push escape on your keyboard to stop drawing 3-point arcs. Now, then go to smart dimension. The first thing is the distance from the top to here, that's a total of 2. It's only 2 mil. And the same for the right hand side. From that point here, the corner, this point here, that's a total distance of 2. Then finally push escape on your keyboard to stop smart dimensioning. Click this top edge here, hold down control, click this point here, and I want you to pick up the option tangent. And that's going to make a slight curve there on the top, which is what we're looking for. Then go features. Oh, apologies. Go back to sketch. Go to line. And what you have to do now is you have to go from here up to that corner, all the way across to the far side, this corner over here, and all the way back down. So you're tracing out that shape around the outside. Then go features, extruded cut. Click anywhere you like in here. Same on the right hand side. Click anywhere you like in this kind of triangle shape. And change it from blind to true all. And what you should see happening is that it's cutting off the top of it to round it off. Click the green tick. That's exactly right. We need to do the very same thing at the bottom, okay? Now to do that, we can quickly mirror the sketch or the object. So we'll do a mirror, but the first thing is I have to make a plane that's in the middle of this thing. So we're going to go from reference geometry, we're going to go to plane. And what we're going to do is click this little arrow in here. We're going to pick the origin. The origin won't work. So actually push X on that for the moment. I'll do it a little bit different. So we'll go back into the sketch. So click the little triangle here as beside cut extrude 1. Go to sketch, go to edit sketch. This will be a little bit faster. Go to line and click fur construction. And I want you to pick up this middle of this line. So if you move your mouse around, you'll see the midpoint appear. Click that, draw a line across, click here as well. Push escape on your keyboard. Then go to mirror entities. And the entities that you want to mirror is this line, this curve. You want to also get that line there. And equally, you want this line. And I think it's already got the top line. So you should see it mirroring now in a second. We'll see we have everything. We click this option here. We click that. And it seems to be bringing everything in, which is great. Click the green tick. And then just click the purple button here to the right-hand side above the X. It'll all update. And it should have rounded it off, but it didn't. So I'm going to have to see why. So I'll just have to edit the feature. So it's going to exit this for a second. So then right click cut extrude 1. Just click edit feature. And we just have to click this box here where the writing is. And we need to add in this kind of triangle shape and add in this triangle shape and click the green tick. And now it's rounded both ends. So it is a bit more tricky than your usual parts on this to make. Now, next thing, there's a handle on this that we have to make that you slide up, that you catch it, you slide up and down. So we're going to right click anywhere in this flat surface. We're going to click the button sketch. We're going to hit the space bar. We're going to click normal too. Now, the handle on this is made from 3-point arcs also. So you go to sketch, you go to 3-point arc. You're just picking up a point anywhere here on the side, but just make sure you don't pick up the midpoint by accident. Just anywhere on the edge you like. And then come across here to the opposite side any distance you like, and then have the arc going down. Push escape on your keyboard to stop drawing 3-point arcs. Then go to smart dimension. The distance from this corner, here, I'll try and pick it up, it can be a bit tricky, that corner, to the end of that 3-point arc, that distance is a total of 20. And we do the same on the right hand side. It's a bit tricky to pick up that corner, but from that corner, this point here, total 20. Okay. Now the size of that arc, from what I can make out with the maths, looks to be something like 55. So I'm just going to see what 55 looks like here. 55 is too shallow. So I'm going to increase that then from 55. We're going to try 45 instead. Still too shallow. So we'll double click 45. And what we'll try is 35. 35 is perfect. We then go to line again. So push escape on my keyboard to stop drawing anything that I don't want to draw. Might push it more than once, push it twice. I go to line. I click fur construction. And I'm making sure that I'm picking up the midpoint again here on the left-hand side, which can be a bit tricky, but it does appear a yellow dot there. And I draw that line across the other side. Push escape. I go to mirror entities. I click the curve I've just drawn. And I'm going to mirror that about this here. And I click the green tick. I then go to line. I draw a line from this corner here all the way up to this corner here. And I do the very same thing on the right hand side. So you're kind of making this sideways hyperbola shape. Click the green tick. I then go features, extrude boss base. Now, spin this around, you can see the other side. That's extruding the wrong way. We're going to click the opposite direction. It needs to go up towards the curve. And it shouldn't be blind. It should be offset from surface. So I click offset from surface instead of blind. And the surface I want to be offset from is this curve. Now, it shouldn't be that far up either. So I change it from 55 to being a total of 4. Just 4. and I click reverse and I click translate. And what you'll see now is that it's the same curvature as the piece, which is what we're looking for the object to do. Okay, but 4 is actually still a little bit too much. So I'm going to change it from 4 down to 3. And we click the green tick. Now, a few fillets to be put onto this then. So I go to fillet. I change it from being 10 down to 2. And I click this surface in here. And I click this surface right there. They're the only 2 fillets on it. And then I click the green tick. Now there's tiny little fillets on this, which you can put in if you want to. The fillets are only like 0.05 or 0.5 even. And that's just this little top edge here. And the same on this side. I suppose it would look better that they're put onto it. So 2 little fillets at 0.5. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shell it. So I go to shell. I make sure I'm shelling down to 2. I click this surface here. I click the green tick. And it'll hollow out the inside completely. The final thing that's left to do is to put a hole in it that allows, we'll say, air to escape if there's any buildup of pressure inside. I'm just going to right click anywhere I like on this little flat surface here, click sketch, hit the space bar, and I'm going to click normal 2, which is the one with the arrow pointing up. Now, doesn't matter which end you put the circle in, but I'm going to put it up here, okay, roughly here. So I go to sketch, I make sure I pick up circle, so click the drop down arrow, circle, anywhere I like here, draw a little circle. I want a smart dimension that the distance from the origin to the center of that circle is a total of 40, and that the distance from here to the center of that circle is a total of 10.5. That's coming up. And that circle has a size of 2. I then go features, extruded cut, change it from blind to through all. Just make sure it's going through it. It is, that's grand. Click the green tick. Okay, the last step. So there are 2 little clips that have to be made that allow this to join down into the lid of the mug. Okay, they're not vitally important, like the mug can still work without it, or the assembly can, but still we'll put them in. So I have to make a plane that comes up here halfway on this edge here. So I go to reference, I go to plane. The first thing I do is I go to here, and I want it to be parallel to the front plane. And I want that to go onto this center dot here. So you should see a dot will appear on this line here. If you move your mouse around, it might take you a few couple of goes, but a dot will appear there for the middle, this orange dot. Just click that. And once you have that, click the green tick. Now, we're going to right click anywhere we like on that plane. We're going to go to sketch. We're going to hit the space bar, and we're going to click normal 2. Now, so what we have to draw is we go to sketch, we go to line, and then just from this outside edge here, we draw a line straight down, across, back up, and over again, and push escape. Now that rectangle, but to get the measurements on this are tiny, so we're going to go to smart dimension. The width of that rectangle at the bottom is only 0.5. And the distance down for that rectangle is only 3.5. Okay, then there's another rectangle, so we go to line again, and we have to literally split this rectangle now down the middle. So I'm picking up the middle point here at the top, I come down, and I go horizontal across, and I go to escape, and I go then to smart dimension again. The distance from that blue line to this line here is a total of 1. I then go to trim, and I delete that outside rectangle like that, and I click the green tick. So that's perfect. I then go to line, and I click for construction, and I draw a line from here straight down any length you like vertical, push escape. I go to mirror entities, and what I want to mirror is this shape here. So I click this line and this line, that horizontal line there, this line here, the bottom line, and finally this little top line here. Now the top line is a little bit too long, so we'll have to trim that in a minute. We'll click for the moment. And then you want to mirror it about this here, and we click the green tick. Just to fix that line that's too long, go to trim entities. Just going to zoom in here. I'm going to delete that bit of a line there. And the same on this side over here. I'm going to delete that bit of a line there. I then go features, extrude boss base. We change it from blind to mid plane. And the distance altogether is the total thickness of the clips, which is a total of 10. So change that number to 10, and then click the green tick, and then click it again. And that's it. That's the part made. So you go SolidWorks, File, Save As, and we'll call that Part 5, Travel Mug 2, Slider. Save it to the desktop, and also attach it to an email and send it to me. Okay, so that's the end of the video. Thanks very much.